cabinet colleagues, members of the diplomatic community, contractors, staff of the Ministry of Housing and Water, residents along this highway, fellow Guyanese. Good evening. Good evening. Today is Holy Thursday. We should be singing praises here. I'm so pleased to be here this evening at a very significant occasion. Occasion that brings back tremendous memories. I think many years ago, the Housing and Water family was accustomed to working at 2 a.m. in the morning and working around the clock, and having calls at 4 a.m. in the morning, and then having a gentle conversation if you don't answer your call at 4 a.m. in the morning. As God would have it, they have returned to a similar situation. This time, wider to the rest of the population and the public service. But it is an attitude that is necessary for success. The attitude that is necessary for success is a believing attitude. It's an attitude that not only allows you to believe that something can happen, but allows you to understand that belief without work, belief without commitment, belief without sacrifices is as dead as the idea itself. For belief and ideas to come to life, it requires energy. It requires commitment. It requires strong wind. But that wind must push you forward, so that even if the paper is taken away, the concept behind the paper will still be told tonight. It is this belief that should grip us as a people and as a nation. That is why tonight, for me, it is not about this road alone. It is about a physical example of the belief in the future of this country, in the path that this country is going to take that would uplift the lives of every single Guyanese and bring prosperity to every home. For those who don't grip themselves with this belief, or those who believe for some strange reason that this is unachievable, how sorry I am for your soul. Because I guarantee you, with every drop of blood in my system and in this government system, we will get it done with those who are ready to come on board and work and push so that Guyana, not section of Guyana, so that Guyana will be uplifted. The life of the people of this country will be uplifted. The life of communities will be uplifted, and your value will be uplifted. Ask those who own land along this highway about value now. I don't know if the Commissioner General is here from GRA, but you'll have to do some recalculation soon. Notwithstanding that, that is an offshoot of development. Bringing value in monetary terms, but bringing value to life itself. Valuing your time, the time you take to use the roadways to get to work, the time you save will become value to you. You go home an hour earlier, 30 minutes earlier, it's 30 minutes more with your children, with your family. That is the type of value that you consider intangible. But those are the tangible value that is most valuable when you get to the stage of your rocking chair in the later years. When you get to that stage of reflection, we've all seen it. Many of the older folks say to you, we wish we had one more hour with our grandchildren, our children, our family. All of these investment is about enriching the human experience, bringing this intangible value. If you calculate the man hours that will be saved, if you have one vehicle with 3 persons inside, and you have 1,000 vehicles in a day using this roadway, and each vehicle save an hour, that is 3 man hours in every vehicle by 1,000 vehicle. That is 3,000 man hours we will save per day. And divide it by 24 and you'll find how many days you will save. That is productive days that can go into other things. Those are the intangible things that we don't see. The year was 2009. In 1997, I was called to public service with many of my colleagues here. And the year was 2009 when the then president appointed a new Minister of Housing and Water. Very humbled to join the cabinet with many of my colleagues here. So the year was 2009. I was sworn in just after midday on a Friday. It was the day of the Executive Committee of the People's Progressive Party. I was called into an office that I'm humbled to sit inside now. And I was asked to deliver 30,000 house lots. And my question was, where is the land? And the answer was, go figure it out. I remember stepping into the Ministry of Housing the very next morning. Minister Robson Ben was acting Minister of Housing and Water. I was welcomed with beautiful bouquets, Mr. Speaker. You look wonderful under the lights. I was welcomed with bouquets. Good people I had the opportunity to work with. Morna Pitt, Edinburgh, Dennis Tudor, Faisal Wahab, Taslim Baksh, Riaz, all the staff. Young Omar Narayan then, an upstart and still remains an upstart. But I remember them because we became family. And really, many of the faces, he's back there as PS. We became family. We spent more hours with each other than we have ever spent combined with all our families. We built a strong team. The very building I was welcomed with bouquet would later celebrate my presence with a padlock on the door. I say that to say to you, life is a struggle. Don't ever believe don't ever believe that life comes without a struggle. After 5 enduring years, again, as God would have it, I once again was called to humble public service. And I'm thankful that many of whom I still hold as family and close to my heart are still here. And I assure you, in my heart, you're still family. One Guyana family. There is no place in my heart to reflect and hate. My only reflection is to strengthen myself with experiences so that together we can uplift each other. So the year was 2009. Is this guy critic here now? Hope your language is good for public consumption tonight. So the year was 2009. And we joined the senior team from the Ministry of Housing. And we journeyed across this country looking for land to fulfill the then mandate of now Vice President Jack Dale. We searched and searched and searched. We arrived somewhere around between Eccles and Providence, with swamp covering our waist. And I looked around and I told the team, still remember the look on Morna Pitt's face, that this will be the development. Here is where we'll develop the largest housing expansion Guyana have ever seen. Mind you, in waist height swamp. I guess at that time people thought we were crazy. We immediately made the announcement. There was then, later, a chief of staff who happens now to be the Prime Minister, who I negotiated with to have a chopper ride across the land. Those days we did not have drones yet. So it was chopper and photographs combined together to help us in the planning process. We started by an expansion of the Eccles community. We found the oldest ranger alive for Gaisuku. And we asked that ranger to do one task for us. Find us the high dam. Those who know Gaisuku, and I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to grow up on Sugar Estates, I know there gotta be a high dam somewhere. And we found all the high dams. I don't know if Shabir Hussein is here in his team. Morna, you guys are here. We then asked the surveying team to survey the entire area. And I remember distinctly, they said that this would take 24 months. I called him to the office, and after successfully negotiating with industrial language, 24 months came down to 6 months. In 3 months, we did not only have the surveys, we had a register plan for the entire area. That is what pushing beyond the call of duty is about. The rest is history. Just like now, then, many doubted the vision. But as God would have it, all of us celebrate today the accomplishment. Before, fast forward to the year 2015, 2014, let's fast forward to 2013. I see Ashley Singh here. I invited the then Minister of Finance and President, Donald Ramatar, to launch the 1,000 homes project. At that time, the grass in the area we were launching the project was a time and a half the height of Ashni Singh. But he managed to plow through the area with us. We looked on that dam, the team is still here. And I remember saying to them, this will be the frontlands. That was my statement. I said, this will be the frontlands. I then recall that I was taken to task in Parliament that I'm giving the poor people the backlands. As God would have it, where is the frontland? I say this to say to all of us. In life, there is negative energy and positive energy. You choose your path. But in my humble opinion, at the end of the journey, it is always the positive energy that will override the negative energy. It may take a while longer. It may take a while longer. But that is the nature of life itself. I guarantee you in the end, positive energy would override negative energy. In my humble opinion, the then president, who then became general secretary of the party that nominated myself as a then presidential candidate, might have seen something. I was thinking nothing beyond doing my work to the best of my ability. I say that to say this to all of you, every single one in this audience. Do not work with a pre-planned outcome for your personal upliftment. Work with a planned outcome for the successful implementation of what you're about to do or what you're doing. The rest will take care of itself. It has a way of taking care of itself. And that is what commitment is about. That is what dedication is about. And it starts with leadership. Last night, the team was putting up this eagle. And with the team, I stayed awake, tracking every journey of the eagle. The team then slept away on me at 4:45 a.m. this morning, because that was the last time I got an update. Then I shifted gear when I realized the team might have napped away. And I contacted the man who was putting up the tent to ask him what is going on. I say that to say this. Stay focused on the result. And always pursue all the bridges to the achievement of that result. Always. Some of the contractors who work on this project are new to this country. Some of them are new to working with me. The first meeting we had with these contractors lasted 2 minutes plus some seconds. There is nothing like we can't get it done. There are things like challenges. Challenges is life. But imagine life without challenges. How boring it will be. Just imagine life without challenges. Challenges are a part of life. We have to embrace it. So there were challenges in this project, definitely. Many challenges. But I am happy that with the hard work of the team, we were able to overcome those challenges. We were able to have this result today. And in celebration of hard work and dedication over challenges, I ask Omar, Intercab, and the entire engineering team, the entire team from CHPA and the contractors to stand. And I ask all of you to give them a resounding round of applause. Please. P.S. The whole team, please stand. You deserve it. I ask you to give them a resounding round of applause. I stand as your president today proud of you. I stand proud of your hard work. I stand proud of your commitment. And equally, I stand with the cane waiting to ensure that the design parameters are met. The sky is the limit. Let this be of the most recent of your installment of inspiration. That with the bigger responsibility that is coming your way, the ministers can stand to your part of the team. There is absolutely no leveling in this team. This team is one circle, a circle of unity. Regardless of if you're the minister or the president, you must be part of that circle. I say to you, let this be today marked as part of your legacy of life and your contribution to the people of Guyana. I thank all of you. I ask God to continue to bless you. And I want to thank your families on this government behalf for allowing you the time and the sacrifice of time that you had to make sometimes beyond the call of duty to be on this project to ensure it was completed successfully. I thank your family on the government behalf and on your own behalf. Thank you very much. The year is 2025. You're driving from Berbice. You're approaching Cane Grove. And in your sight are expanded highways, paved beautifully, with wonderful street signs and lights. And as you drive safely down that highway, you're presented with more options to come into Georgetown. You're presented with new options on the railway embankment. And as you make your journey into Georgetown, you're greeted with a new highway across the width of Georgetown, 4-lane in size, joining Conversation Tree with Shelter Belt. But just before you got there, you want to go to the airport, and you exercise your option of turning off at Ogle, joining a new 4-lane highway that comes all the way to Eccles, interconnect with Eccles, take you onto a new highway that connects you to Busby Dam. I'm not going old as yet on age. Why are you looking at me like that? You join that highway to take you to Busby Dam. You then exit that highway. You open yourself to a new expanse of highway that takes you to the airport. And then, as you look beyond Busby Dam, you see the initiation of works that opens up even a new highway that goes beyond 2025, that leads you to a new city, Silica City, adjoins you to a new highway, freshly paved, that goes all the way to Region 10, adjoining a new highway that takes you to Mabura Hill. The year is 2025. You decide that you're not going to join the Ogle Highway, but you're coming all the way to Sheriff Street. You journey down to Sheriff Street. You join the Mandela Highway. On your journey there, on the left side of the highway, there's a series of hotels, modern specialized hospitals, new government centers, beautifully well laid out industrial development, services center. And just before you got there, you took an interconnected road that goes from Ogle and turns its way back to the East Coast, that opens up thousands of acres of land, taking you to the new industrial development in LBI, taking you to the new industrial development in Fowles. And there it is that thousands of Guyanese are working, happily celebrating life as one Guyana. You then forgot on your way to the airport that you needed to go on the West Coast. So as you approach Providence, you take the new roundabout. You join a 4-lane access road. You exit on a new 4-lane Demerara River Bridge. You exit off on the west side of the bridge. You turn left or right into the newly paved highway. But then you realize you want to go beyond that into the back of Parfait, Harmony, and Schooner. So you journey down the interconnected road and you take a right. And on taking that right, you enter a new 4-lane highway that journey all the way to Crane in the first instance. And then it turns its way back to Parika in the second phase. But just if you wanted to visit your friends who are working in a new industrial estate in Wales, you left turn on a 4-lane highway. And you journey safely into the new Wales Development Authority, where again you're greeted with the sight of thousands of workers in unity and strength. Yes, the year is still 2025. The year is still 2025. And you decide, okay, let me go to Region 6 and enjoy some of Minister Zulfikar Mustafa fresh swamp shrimp. So you journey across the road, journey across the Barbados River Bridge, and there again you enter into a freshly new paved road from New Amsterdam to Mulson Creek, opening up thousands, tens of thousands of acres of new land. But just as you come off that bridge, and as you enjoy now, the Palmyra Monument site, the year is 2025. And just beyond that site, a new stadium, National Stadium. On the left of the stadium are hotels. On the right, malls, hospitals. And the journey in this new network of infrastructure allows you to feast your eyes on 6 new regional hospitals, a new women and children specialized hospital, expanded municipal airports. Yes, the year is 2025, and Guyana is united in one purpose: Guyana is united in one cause, the prosperity of the people of Guyana. What I explained to you is not a dream or a fairy tale, but it is an introduction to Guyana 2025. Development will come, and it will come rapidly. To support that development requires rapid infrastructural transformation. Today, the Minister of Tourism and I met with the private sector. And the story we were discussing was not how we'll get people interested in the CPL finals, but in one announcement, the rooms are gone, the seats are gone. Our discussion was how in 6 months we can bring additional rooms for people, thousands of people who want to be here for CPL. The longest journey begins with the first step. The measurement of time, in my estimation, is the distance between life and death. In my own humble opinion, that is the measurement of time. The distance between life and death. So each of us have our own individual definition of time defined for ourselves. Pre-planned. But yet, some will achieve more than the others. Yet, those even with a longer time frame would not leave the positive results of those with a shorter time frame. So whilst time is the distance between life and death, the more important question is, how do we utilize that time? How do we utilize that time at the individual level, at a family level, and at a country level? It is how we utilize the time that is presented before us that will determine whether we are in a state of readiness to make use of the opportunities that will come before us. Do not spend most of the time on social media basking people. Do not spend most of the time trying to pull each other down. Spend the time constructively, making constructive criticism. That is necessary in a mature society. That's a big tune. I know that tune. You think I don't know that tune? I know that tune. So, the time we spend here in this country must determine our contribution to its development. I call upon all of us here and those who are listening, every single member of parliament, to cut the time of negativity by half and give the country that half time cut for positive development and positive contribution. There is no doubt in my mind that all of us in this country will be prosperous. There is no doubt in my mind that we will be one Guyana, strongly knitted and united. But one Guyana means taking responsibility for each other. We review some of the speed around the roundabout. And the average truck was doing 60 around the roundabout. That is the speed of death. So to ensure that all of us live long to enjoy this one Guyana, this highway would carry a new feature. In 3 weeks, the full security feature on this highway will be turned on. This feature would track vehicle speed. It would pop your speed up so you can see it. It would record your speed. It will then transmit your speed electronically to the Guyana Police Force and the Guyana Revenue Authority. It will identify your number plate. It will record your number plate. It will identify clearly, even in a dark-filled night with rainfall, the image of the driver and the front seat passenger. It would then transmit that image along with the vehicle and number plate electronically. The information will be exchanged on platforms, one, and the adjustment in the laws will come where necessary, to activate the demerit system for drivers so that those who continuously abuse the road will lose their license. So this is the new feature on this highway. And you can't accuse anyone, any police officer, of shooting a gun, the speed gun, and tell the man he set the speed gun and then shot the vehicle speed. All of this will be done electronically. It will then be connected to the Safe Country solution and the Safe City solution. There will then be a monthly printout, and your tickets will be sent to your home. You're then required to pay your tickets to the Guyana Revenue Authority. Should you default on your ticket, your registration, your road use license will not be renewed in the following year. Simple. One Guyana means responsibility, discipline, commitment. So, the year is 2025, and people are journeying along the highway in full respect and regard for each other and the rule of law, an important part of that journey. Tomorrow is a holiday, but we have to go to church early in the morning. So let me wrap up now. We celebrate Guyana with this highway. We celebrate the soaring heights of Guyana. We celebrate the strength of our collective effort. We celebrate the safe wingspan that covers us all in glory. We celebrate the strength of the pause that will lift us up from the lowest of the ground and take us up in the air to the highest point of the canopy. In strength, in fortitude, in flight, in forward-looking momentum, and in celebrating those characteristics, this highway has with it the harpy eagle that portrays all of the characteristics I just described. The harpy eagle was constructed by Bassett a local company. Like the strength of the eagle itself, this full-size replica of a mature harpy, in its construction of mild steel and rubber, weighs 3,000 pounds. It's 11 feet in length, with a wingspan extended, soaring upwards of 17 feet. That is the iconic feature that decorates the roundabout and entry to this highway. Soaring heights, onward forever, lifting powerfully the lowest and the smallest of Guyanese in one flight, wings spread, protecting the nation. Together, we move forward in one momentum. One momentum. I wish all of you God's greatest blessing on this significant day, Holy Thursday. I wish all of you a peaceful journey during Easter. May you rise with renewed hope. May you rise with renewed inspiration. May you rise with renewed fervor in your commitment to each other, in your commitment to Guyana. Deepen yourself in faith. Strengthen yourself in the work that gives value to faith. Embrace your religious grounding. Embrace your religious teachings. Give God praise and thanks in everything you do. And in every prayer you say henceforth, take a moment in those prayers to uplift your country and your countrymen and women to greater heights and greater strength. May God bless all of you, your families, and continue to be safe. I thank you.